Hi, fourth graders. So welcome to our last reading lesson of the year. You have either already finished your books or you are going to be finishing your book very soon so that you can do the work that we are going to be talking about today. So I'm really excited for today's lesson. Let me pull it up here, maybe. Oh, there it is. Okay. So today's lesson, we're going to turn to nonfiction to deepen our understanding of our story. So the story that we're reading right now is historical fiction. Fiction meaning that it is not 100% a true story. It's based off of real events, but it's not a true story. So we are going to turn to nonfiction or true writing to help us understand our book and the history behind it more. Okay. So, to do that, okay, we have to first think about the historical event in your book. So for example, in Number of the Stars, we know that the historical event is World War II in Denmark. If you're unsure about the historical event in your book, please feel free to reach out to your teacher. You can also probably do some Googling online to figure out what that historical event is. But before you go online and start doing your research, I do want you to take a look at your book because most of the books, not all of them, but most historical fiction books have a part towards the end. In Number of the Stars, it's called the afterword, and it tells you about the real history in your book. So that is a really good starting point for the research that you're going to be doing. I have here with me I Survived as well, and in the back of this book, they also have just some information on the research that the author had to do to be able to write this book about the real history behind it. So that's what we're going to be doing today too, is researching that real history behind the book. So let's see here. So what you are going to be doing today is you're going to want to pull up your internet when you are ready after you've read the afterword in your book or look to see if there is one. And we want to research the real history behind our book. So we're going to start pretty broad, and you'll be able to narrow it in as you go and decide what you want to learn more about. But in understanding this history, you're going to understand the story that you read better. So to start with here, I know that Number of the Stars is about World War II in Denmark. So maybe I'm just going to start by Googling that, and I will search World War II. Oh, that's not Google. World War. Oh, it's not letting me Google. What's going on here? Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. World War, I'll just use this, 2 in Denmark. Okay, so that searches in Google too, apparently. So I'm looking up World War II in Denmark, and I want to learn more about this. If you remember earlier this year when we did some internet research, we usually don't want to use Wikipedia as a trustworthy website to learn information. So I'm going to skip over that one. And this one is about German occupation, the National Museum of Denmark. That sounds like a pretty trustworthy resource. So I'm going to start by clicking there. Okay, so as you're reading about the history of your historical event of your book, you also are going to be taking notes. So here is the page for your packet today. Your packet will have these squares on them. I put them there so I could be ready to take some notes. And so we're going to do some research about the historical event, and then we're going to use boxes and bullets to take our notes, which is why I have those boxes there. And then on Friday, you're going to share those in your book club. So I'm ready to take some notes as I am reading about the historical event in my book. So I'm going to go through this web page, and okay, here's a little bit of the beginning of what I'm learning. So it looks like Denmark was attacked by Germany in April 1940, and I'm going to read through this, and I'm going to read the whole thing, right, looking for the important information. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you right now because that would take a long time, right? But oh, look, here's something about the resistance. We learn a lot about that in Number of the Stars. So I'm looking, it says most Danes supported the strategy of their political leaders' active resistance against the Germans. And the policy of collaboration emerged and became increasingly popular. The resistance movements was involved in an illegal press carrying out sabotage operations. Okay, so then maybe here I'm gonna make my box here about the resistance in Denmark. Resistance in Denmark. Okay, and then below it, I can add some notes, and I would say they had an illegal newspaper. I could add to that, let's see, what else did we say? Oh, yes, they carried out sabotage operations. Carried out sabotage operations. Okay, and then I might even like add next to that Peter in Number of the Stars was part of the resistance. So just like Peter did in Number the Stars, right? He's part of the resistance and is working as one of the resistance leaders. And so I'm just going to take some notes as I read through. I'm just really, it doesn't have to be about anything super specific, just the history in your book. You can even think back to your book, like what part of it really interested you. Maybe you really remember the story of King Christian X riding through the streets on his horse. And so maybe I want to search King Christian of Denmark, World War II. There we go. Okay, and I'll search that. And I'll see if I can find some notes on that. Like, was he the real prince or king? And yeah, it looks like he was a real person. Oh, here we go. I can click on this right here. Okay, and then I would learn about him. Let's see here. Oh, look, there's a picture. There's a video of him riding through the streets on his horse. Right, and so then I would read about that and take some notes about King Christian X, maybe King Christian X, and I would write some notes about how he actually rode through the streets on his horse. Okay, and so this is the work that you're going to be doing today, just to learn about what actually happened in your book. Since you're at home, make sure that you're asking your parents before you go on Google. And you are also more than welcome to watch some of the videos that pop up when you're doing this. Just make sure, again, that they're from trustworthy resources. And so that is going to be your work for today, for your last reading lesson. And so you are reading nonfiction to help deepen your understanding of your book club book. And then on Friday, you will talk about this in your book clubs, and you'll work together to start to create a presentation to teach the rest of the class what you've learned through reading your book, a little bit about your book, and the real history behind it. So that is the work for today, and good luck with that, fourth graders, and we can't wait to see you in your book clubs on Friday. Bye-bye.